We're over 3 million people that now have amputations. 27% don't wear prosthetics. They don't use it for the type of function that they want. Comfort is severely lacking. My name is Prince Gerard Mabalbian. I started I'mPossible. I got on my motorcycle and about 2.5 miles in onto Painted Canyon. There was a guy on my side of the road. I quickly hit the brakes, my rear tire skidded, and impact happened, and that's where I became unconscious. I woke up out of coma about 4.5 days later. I was not able to speak. I was severely discombobulated, and there was a hole in my leg, my left leg. And amongst several other things, that kind of just fast forward to that, I've been able to rehabilitate myself, and I now have over 15 triathlons under my belt, including 4 half Ironman distance triathlons, which is 70.3 mile triathlons. And not only that, I am creating bionics and prosthetics in order to benefit future amputees. I have already donated a prosthetic to a guy named Gavin Fernandez, and he's a right-legged, knee disarticulated amputee.
The picture that the doctors painted was very distant. In my head, I didn't think I would ever walk again. If I ever did, it wouldn't be anytime soon.
He was fighting a case with the insurance, and the insurance was trying to back out of liability. So I decided not only was he having trouble in getting a leg, but he was going to have trouble learning how to live life without the leg. It's a whole process. It's a whole, I don't even know how to explain it. It's something else. So I decided to give him some help and some of my learned experiences from my personal amputation. I also have been trying to improve my own prosthetics, so I gave him that information. When I was implementing that, as I was designing his prosthetic and stuff like that, and training him, I realized how much further he was able to get ahead. Whereas it took me 8 months to walk, about 2 years to run, it took him 3 days to walk without crutches, and about 3 weeks to run. So when I saw that help was benefiting him so much and made time so short, I knew that the information I had and what I was creating and designing was helpful for others. And then I started seeing, I went to support groups for other amputees, and I saw how much of a necessity it is for amputees, not only in our country but across the world. And so I decided that I wanted some kind of help to benefit other amputees across the country, and which I started I'mPossible. The idea of I'mPossible is to give hope to amputees that not only is it possible to regain those abilities again, but it's absolutely possible for them to do the same type of functions that they were able to do. And so I've seen that case proven with Gavin Fernandez. I started implementing the same idea of the amputees, as I saw that it was benefiting other amputees through my support groups. And then me and Gavin went to an Amputee Coalition in Palm Desert, Indian Wells, on August 16th. And it was just like this conference of a whole bunch of amputees. And then I saw how advanced our prosthetic was compared to others. And not only did we meet other amputees with our same type of amputation, but we met all different other kinds of amputations: arms, legs, hands, and it'd be a great benefit to amputees across the country, not only for legs but for other types of amputations. And when I saw that, I became even more affirmed of what I'mPossible is about and what I'mPossible can do. So I decided that I wanted to fully commit to the idea of helping amputees out, not only across the country but across the world. And I have not only decided that I wanted to do that through helping out other people with creating and designing prosthetics and bionics, but also to show them that I've been able to do it, and I have other amputees that can work as models or examples of what can be done. If I was to stand or be next to another amputee who just was amputated and lost a limb, and they are going through the trouble of what having to do or how to go on with life, I want you to know that there is hope. Don't let the situation overcome and overpower you on that hope of being able to regain your abilities again. I know I was once like you, possibly thinking that this would never happen. I never thought I would be able to walk or run again. I remember when I was told that, I was kind of in disbelief, but once I started walking, once I started running, that belief went away. And then once I got to see what I was doing and how it was affecting other amputees and having them run and having them regain the abilities, it became, the disbelief just melted away. And so I want you to know that there is hope. I'mPossible is valuable because each amputee's residual limb is unique. We take a 3D scan of the residual limb and build a liner around the residual limb. The liner is sculpted and has built-in ventilation system which allows it to expand, contract, vent out sweat, and make it breathable for the person's residual limb throughout the day. We build a frame structure around the liner and give tender focus to a person's location or tender location on the limb, and we then sculpt a socket which allow for comfort. We accommodate all shapes and sizes of residual limbs, including bulbous residual limbs, and it doesn't matter if you're 6 years old or 88 years old. Our designs are made to be worn with comfort throughout the day.
Any type of amputee with any type of amputation is welcome. Our goal is to get you fitted into a comfortable bionic prosthetic. Because of technological advances, we are able to make comfortable and fitting prosthetics. And because of other technological advances, we are even able now to give sensation to those prosthetics, giving a new frontier to bionic prosthetics. So the biotechnology is here, and the time is now, and we have discovered bionic arms. We have been able to make the blind see and the deaf hear through connecting prosthetics to the nerves. Because of that, we have been able to make huge advances in the biotechnology. And it's that reason that would make biotechnology a great return on investment. There are companies that can make this. For example, this type of leg that I'm wearing now, they don't make it. They only sell parts, in which what we do, or what I'mPossible does, is design them and puts them all together to make a future prosthetic, or even to make and design future bionic prosthetics. The reason that our prosthetics are different is because we collaborate with different types of companies and different types of parts in order to make a comfortable fitting prosthetic. Through the advances that have been made, the way that they're fabricated, I'mPossible has been able to put the designing together in order to make a comfortable prosthetic. I'mPossible is at the final stages of becoming a 501c3. This means that it's looking for government grants to make future prosthetics as a standard. Where I'mPossible is unique is that we design and create prosthetics based on the user. A big problem that prostheticians and clinicians have is that they are not the amputees themselves. And although they have great intentions of helping out amputees, they don't know what it's like to be in a prosthetic. They don't know what it's like to not have the ability to do something. For example, if there is an amputee trying to run, a lower extremity amputee trying to run, they don't know what it's like or what it feels like, the discomforts of what it would be like to run in that prosthetic. And situations like sweating or having the prosthetic turn on you. So it would be imperative to have that type of ability and to have that type of understanding when creating a prosthetic. And another example, if it's an upper extremity, an arm amputee trying to pick something up or trying to grab something, it would be imperative not only to have comfort, but to have that functionality. And it is where I'mPossible stands out, because we base our prosthetics from the perspective of the amputee rather than an outside third-party perspective on how something should be done. 27% of all amputees either don't wear the prosthetic throughout their intent of the function of the prosthetic to wearing it at all. And this is a significant difference in the use and function of a prosthetic, period. I mean, the intention is to be used at all times, but what happens when the amputee doesn't use it for what it is intended to be used for? This is, again, where I'mPossible's concerns on prosthetic usage is unique, because we are focused on the way that I'mPossible, that amputees use those prosthetics. What I am trying to, I guess what is the toughest to swallow is that this is me. This is my life. I am trying to help the world out through prosthetics. And because I am an amputee, I have the need for a prosthetic. Because I am educated and I have knowledge of how to create prosthetics, I can create those prosthetics. I am in need of those prosthetics. I have already tested that out with not only myself but other amputees, and I see the difference. I see the need that they have, and I am willing and able to serve their needs through I'mPossible.